This Instagram account launched a few weeks ago already has over 500,000 followers from just 22 videos. Meet chloe.vs.history. She's pulling millions of views on social media, but here's what no one's talking about. The girl in these videos doesn't exist. She's an AI influencer. My name is Clay, and I've been growing AI influencers for the past 3 years that have generated 7 figures in revenue. Today, I'll be showing you how to automate this entire workflow so you can print views while you sleep. But first, who is she really? This is chloe.vs.history, and the concept is pretty simple. She's a young woman that time travels back to different moments throughout history and reacts to what she finds. Ancient Egypt, the Black Death, the Roman Colosseum, and her content is absolutely blowing up right now. 25 videos, over 500,000 followers, and she just launched a few weeks ago. But people have no idea how easy they are to make. But Chloe isn't real, and the creator behind her is not who you'd expect. In fact, he's just a regular dude like you or me.
Hello.
Hi there.
Is that Chloe?
Sorry, I don't look like her.
You really don't, do you? I'm Tom.
I'm Jonathan.
Hello.
Come on in.
I can't help feeling a little bit catfished now. Not that you deceived us in any way about who you were, but I'm surprised. I was expecting maybe Chloe not to be able.
Yeah, she's not real.
No,
and she's definitely not bold.
Chloe, it turns out, is Jonathan, who used to work in customer services while combining his interest in history and new AI tools as a hobby. Now it's his full-time job.
That's it. One guy, a spare room, a few AI tools, and an idea. That's the whole operation. And the reason I'm showing you this is because there's nothing special about his situation that you don't have access to. The tools exist, the opportunity exists, the only thing missing is someone actually doing it. So first, let's watch her videos to see what we're gonna recreate. This video got over 10 million views and over 378,000 likes.
Excuse me, you know the ship is gonna sink, right?
What are you talking about? This ship is unsinkable. Leave me to eat in peace. How dare you just come up to me like that?
I tried to warn him. I genuinely tried. I have seen the movies, so this is genuinely stressing me out. Okay, it's happening. It's actually happening. There's an iceberg and we are heading straight for it. I knew this was gonna happen, but seeing it in real life is completely different. People are panicking. The crew is panicking. I am absolutely panicking.
This is insane. It's basically like a 1-minute movie. The emotions were on a roller coaster ride. You can clearly see why this got so many views. And let me show you how to recreate this so you can get started today. Our AI influencer is going to be named Maya. She's a young woman, hyper-realistic, and she's about to time travel back to ancient Egypt. To build our character, we're going to be using Higgsfield. To do this, we're going to come to Image, select Nano Banana Pro because it's simply the best model on the market. Then we're going to select the aspect ratio to 9:16 because that's the size of Instagram Reels. Then set the quality to 4K so we do get a hyper-realistic image. And then I like to have the batch size as 4 so we have multiple options. And here's going to be our prompt. There she is. I'm going to pick the best one, save it, and generate a couple side profiles of her so we have character consistency across posts. Why character consistency matters. When your audience sees the same face across every post, they start to feel like they know her. That's what builds follows, saves, and shares. The algorithm rewards accounts where people keep coming back. That's it. Within just 3 minutes, our AI influencer is locked in. Now we need to generate the script, and to do this, I'm going to be using Claude. The reason I'm using Claude is because ChatGPT is super average and it just agrees with you on everything. For this project to do well and actually get views, we need our scripts to sound like an actual human. And the last thing we need is for our AI to sound like a LinkedIn post. We're going to prompt Claude to write Maya's first reel. She's just arrived in ancient Egypt while the pyramids are being built. So this is our prompt. Now let's hit send and see what Claude comes up with. Look at that full script with a good hook, a historical fact, and a funny payoff in just 10 seconds. The educational angle is a major algorithm unlock. People save content that teaches them something, and every save tells Instagram to push your reel to more people. I'm gonna go back and forth with Claude a couple times just to make this good, but this was all done in less than 3 minutes. Now, to make a voiceover, we're gonna take the script and paste it into 11 Labs. Then you need to pick a voice that matches Maya, warm and young.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about all the latest news, trends, and celebrity gossip.
I like this one. Let's hit generate, and now let's hear the results.
Okay, so I just landed in ancient Egypt and there is a 200-ton block of limestone about to flatten me.
This one was perfect. That's Maya's voice, sounds completely real, and now we have a script and a voiceover ready to go, but you don't want to do this manually every single time, otherwise it'd take forever, especially if you're running multiple scenes or multiple accounts like me. I have over 10 AI influencers, and there is no way I could write scripts and generate voiceovers for all of them. So let me show you how to actually automate this entire workflow. To automate this, we're going to be using a tool called Zapier. It connects almost every app on the internet, and it's great for auto posting, lead capture, sales notifications, file backups. The list goes on. But why it's great for you is you get to just set it up once and then forget about it. To automate this, we're going to be using a tool called Zapier. So here's the Zap. Claude is going to generate our scripts, then Zapier is automatically going to send it to our 11 labs. Then 11 labs will automatically generate the voiceover, and then the audio file will drop straight into a Google Drive folder. One trigger on autopilot. To do this, we're going to log into our account, and on the home page, we're going to click on Zap. Then for the step one, we're going to set our trigger. For the trigger, we're going to be using Google Sheets. For this to work, we need to create a Google Sheet in this manner, including topics in the first column. This is where you're going to enter a new topic in a new row, and Zapier is going to fire up that topic for the whole process. Next, you're just going to set the trigger event to a new row and then hit continue. Then we're going to select the spreadsheet and worksheet that we made and then click continue. Now Zapier is going to be able to pull up sample data from that sheet, so just hit continue again. But now for step 2, we need to link Claude to Zapier for scripting. To do this, just click send message as the action event and then sign into your Claude account and then click continue. Now we're going to write the prompt that's going to be sent to Claude. So we want to copy and paste this title and click on this plus icon and then select era and location tab, and this is where Zapier is going to pull the topic and automatically add it as a prompt for Claude. And by the way, guys, I'm going to paste a detailed prompt that's going to work as a guide for Claude for writing scripts, and I'll put it in the description if you want to copy. Next, you want to make sure to choose Claude's model and then click continue. And then for step 3, we're going to add 11 labs for the voiceover. You want to make sure to click convert text to speech as an action event for turning the script into an actual voiceover. And then you're going to want to select the voice that you chose for your AI influencer and then click continue. Then you're going to select response text, and this is where the script is actually going to be, and then click continue. And then for our final step, we're going to add it to a Google Drive, and this is where Zapier is basically going to upload our voiceover. Now, all you have to do is select the folder in Google Drive and click audio URL in this file section, and this is where Zapier is going to store our actual voiceover. And that's it. Now you can just add a file name, and now your entire workflow for these videos has been completely automated. So instead of copying and pasting between tools every single time, you set this up once and the pipeline runs itself. That way you focus on the creative and Zapier handles the rest. And this is how you scale from 1 AI influencer account to 3 without working 3 times as hard. Now we need to generate the actual video, and this is where everyone seems to get it wrong. Most people think if they prompt "have Maya standing in front of the pyramids saying this," that it'll work. But unfortunately, it just doesn't work like that, and it's definitely not how our boy Jonathan is doing it. Instead, we're gonna be using something called JSON prompting. Now, this sounds more technical than it is, but basically, JSON prompting is gonna generate scenes and storyboards for each shot. To do this, we're just gonna come back over to Claude and give it a prompt like this, and I will share it in the comments below if you wanna copy it. And then you're gonna go back and forth, and once the scene looks right, then you can paste that over into Higgsfield. And by the way, once we get back into Higgsfield, you can either use VO 3.1 or Kling 3.0, or hopefully soon, Seed Dance 2.0. So this first one is basically gonna be her standing in front of the pyramids under construction back in ancient Egypt, and we're gonna see what it comes up with here.
Okay, so I just landed in ancient Egypt and there is a 200-ton block of limestone about to flatten me. Cool.
Wait. Hold on. Who is that? I think I might need to go back to ancient Egypt if the chicks actually looked like this, because she is a smoke show. So now we're gonna do this for all 3 of our scenes. This next one is gonna be inside of one of the mummy corridors.
You guys, they're building the Great Pyramid right now, like in real time. And I was today years old when I found out the workers building this aren't slaves. That's a whole myth. These are paid laborers with contracts and a union, basically.
Looks pretty good. And then this last one is really important because we want the viewers to be super satisfied walking away from our video.
Wait, they get rations. I'm reading this little clay tablet, and these guys are getting daily beer, bread, onions, and garlic. That's literally more food groups than my Uber Eats order last night. The pyramid builders ate better than me. In 2026, Be so for real.
Nice. And look, if we zoom over here, that right there is your brand integration if you ever actually want to make money from this. And I'll be covering that more later in this video. Next, we're going to take all 3 scenes, drop them into video editor of your choice, layer the 11 Labs voiceover on top, then make sure to add a background song that fits the content, and then turn the volume on the music down to 10 so they can still hear our character. Then export and post. Structuring the video this way makes the viewer watch till the end, and watch time is the single most important metric on Instagram right now. The story arc across 3 scenes keeps people watching all the way through, and a high watch through rate tells the algorithm to push your content to a bigger audience. Now, when you're uploading to Instagram, do not use hashtags. Instagram's algorithm doesn't need them anymore. What it needs is keyword-rich text. So write a caption that naturally includes words your ideal viewer is already searching for. Something like, how much did the workers who built the pyramids were actually paid? That's a keyword-loaded caption that tells Instagram exactly who to show this to. And pair that with a strong first line that functions as a hook in the caption too, because some people read before they watch. Then we just click upload and start posting consistently. But now let's talk about the elephant in the room. How does this actually make money? Well, in my opinion, chloe.vs.history is leaving serious money on the table, 500,000 followers, millions of views, but 0 monetization so far. In my opinion for this, brand deals are the obvious play. She is getting millions of views and all sorts of brands pay to be in front of audiences like this. You probably see them all the time. She could even take it a step further, for example, like she's doing a reel about the bubonic plague. In that reel, a wellness brand integrates a supplement. If she is in ancient Egypt like the one we created today, and that a luxury brand's bag is sitting on the throne, it doesn't feel like an annoying ad and people don't feel bothered by it. This is just good, new, novel content. And again, if you're pulling in millions of views, brands pay a lot of money to reach their audience. For example, just in the last few days, I've signed multiple brand deals for thousands of dollars on my AI influencer accounts. And in my opinion, Chloe's AI influencer is sitting on a gold mine. She just might not know it yet. But here's what I really want you to think about. Chloe.vs.history is just one example of the workflow you learned today. And it's great, but it's not the only one. What if, instead of a young woman traveling through history, you built a George Washington character who reacts to the news today, or Honest Abe commenting on modern politics, an ancient Roman senator watching the stock market, a Viking discovering TikTok? The format works for any historical figure in any modern situation. The contrast is the content, and right now, this space is completely wide open. It's a blue ocean, and nobody is doing this at scale yet. And with tools like Zapier automating your production pipeline, AI doing all the work, dropping the finished video in a folder, you just need to post. This way, you could run 3 or 5 of these AI influencer accounts simultaneously without working 5 times as hard. Look, at the end of the day, in 6 to 12 months, almost all the viral content on the internet will be made with or enhanced with AI. The creators who figure this out early are going to have a massive head start on everyone else. That's literally why I'm not gatekeeping any of this and showing you guys the actual workflows and processes. My team is currently building multiple of these AI influencers because I believe this is one of the best opportunities the internet has ever seen. The playing field has finally been leveled so that anyone can get in on this influencer social media gold rush. All it takes is a good idea and actually sitting down and making this kind of content. 6 months ago in this YouTube video, I predicted that AI influencers would start dominating Instagram. And today, as you can see, they actually are. Trust me, to make these, you do not need to be a genius. I am not very smart. I just actually sit down and put in the work when I see an opportunity like this arise. You have the workflow, you have the tools, and if you do want extra support, there is a mentorship below. But I hope that no matter what you do next, the first step is taking action. I'm so excited to see what you guys come up with, and with that, I will see you on the other side.